So I wanted to talk today about sourcing help. And so when I initially started Tidy Beauty, and this was the conception, the actual physically registering a business and the start of it all, it was almost, I want to say we're hitting the 2-year mark. So during that time, when you're the business plan, the business model, you're getting everything, all your lining up your ducks in a row, you start needing help. I know I did. I'm not savvy in tech. I know nothing about marketing at the time. And I needed to find competent people to help me. And so my journey was very rocky, and I ended up going through the online platform Upwork. And I initially hired someone. I knew I wanted to go on Shopify. Once I figured out I didn't want to create my own website, like on Wix or Squarespace, I knew I wanted to use Shopify as a platform. And so I needed someone to build out, I'm not tech savvy again, and so I needed someone to build out a Shopify storefront. So I found someone, initially a girl, did a basic Shopify store, and it was okay. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, oh yay, I got a website. And so we piddled around with that for a little bit. She was inexpensive. I want to say I think I like paid her $600 or something. In hindsight now, that initial website I should have just did myself online with Shopify, but it was complicated. I mean, it's not, I don't feel like it's straightforward. If you are not tech savvy, like this stuff that they tell you that it's straightforward, it's easy to do, I did not find it that easy. I needed different iterations. I wanted different things. And I didn't have the bandwidth to honestly sit there and watch 500 hours of YouTube videos. So that was my initial out of the gate. Once I got some stock product in, like in terms of just sample products that I had made and whatever, we were tinkering around with it. We put that up, and that was the first sort of iteration. And then as we started refining the products and sort of the idea and the whole story of like how do we want to sell this, what is our goals, and you go through that whole brainstorming, and it takes a long time. Like if you're doing the formulations and then you're also like refining the concept and all of that, it does take time, and it is not an easy process. That whole process in and out was like at least a year of just changing iterations, changing, like, and so I ended up, and here's where it got a little hairy. I ended up hiring a marketing person. Once we had our 3 product line ready to go, I hired a marketing person off of Upwork, and let me tell you, like, the credentials were there. This is just what Upwork was selling me. And I had trusted the platform. She sounded great. So because I'm a good person, and this is just stuff you learn along the way, I did not want to not pay her a little bit up front, right? We did it where it was like a all-in contract, and we set it up to, she had to hit markers. And so initially out of the gate, she had pitched me, everything sounded great. And in hindsight, let me just tell you, when something sounds like it's too good to be true, and it is that old adage, it's too good to be true. And she was the first person in my life. Well, actually, no, I had been scammed before. She is a woman named Aubrey, and she's a marketing person on Upwork, and she scammed me. The whole contract was supposed to be for $4,000, and she was going to encompass this entire marketing plan for months. And I initially paid her $2,000 up front, and then it ended up being a disaster. She lied. When you do these Zoom calls, these onboarding calls, you only see their body from here up. Long story short, she was 9 months pregnant and was about to pop. And when I found out randomly on an onboarding call with her, We were talking about family. I have 3 kids of my own. I'm like, oh, do you have children? Just a normal thing you do to get to know someone, conversation. By the way, I didn't tell you, but I'm about to have a baby in like a few weeks. Hard stuff. So if you can imagine a new entrepreneur who is wanting to launch her product, and it was before the peak holiday rush, your marketing hire, who's supposed to be basically holding your hand and getting your dream launched on a platform, tells you that she's about to have a baby. As a mother, and if you are a mother out there listening to this, having a child, let alone your first child, is going to be an absolute shit show. Okay? And you cannot predict your time. I mean, there's just so many things. I don't even want to go into it. Long story short, was in shock. I contacted after the onboarding call because I didn't even know what to do. I had just given her a $2,000 deposit, by the way, which she cashed like a hot bat out of hell. I got off the phone with her. I immediately called my lawyer girlfriend, and I'm like, what, can she sue me for discrimination if I clip her? She's like, let's get everything, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I wanted to give this woman a chance because she had sold me that she was going to be able to do this and that she was confident we can meet all these markers, and her having a baby is not going to, all the stuff. Like, I should have walked. Deadline started getting missed, and it was just excuse after excuse after excuse. I ended up calling her out. She gave me this total BS about her baby's in the NICU. Like, it's like, you're a marketing lady. This is the best you can come up with. Like, Jesus, you got to go, right? Like, come up with a better storyline. Threatened to sue her. I was like, you are done. We are stopping this contract immediately. I had to go through Upwork. It was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. I was in tears almost every day for a week because I was so stressed. Your dream, you're launching, you have all these things that you think, and trust me, I had to go through a lot of crap with this woman, and I left her a horrifying review, just hoping that no other person would become a victim of her scams. She's been reported to Upwork. Oh my God. Like, and even I had background checked her, like, with a reference. I wasn't going to hire her until I talked to someone. She had given me a scam reference. Like, if you're a skeezy person, you're going to figure out a way to scam. So there's really no way around it. You're trusting this platform. You're paying this money in the hopes that, there are just bad characters out there. And that was my first go. I was very hesitant. It took me emotionally because I just, like, oh my God, there are just bad people in the world. And listen, I don't want anything to do with that. And it took me, I had to pivot emotionally quickly. And that is the hard knocks of business. I was devastated, and I was like, how do I reboot? My husband's like, you got to move on. You got to let this go. Like, she will get what's coming to her. Like, all of it. You just have to let God and the universe and everything take care of it. So then I waited a couple weeks. I went back on Upwork thinking, okay, this just had to be a one-off. Found another woman who was really sweet. And I said to her, listen, I've been scammed out of $2,000. I don't have a lot of budget here now. I need to get this moving. She's a mom. I trusted her. Oh my God. We started going. She creates an ad campaign. She's just a terrible marketer. Got zero convert. It was just a disaster. I had to let her go in a nice way. I was like, listen, fuck off. I couldn't deal. And I had to do it in a diplomatic way, but I was dying because I'm like, oh my God, another one. I was so stressed. So then I had to take a hard pause. I was like, let's reboot. And then in the meantime, I knew I had to redo the website. It gets hairier. I waited. I was tinkering. Oh my God. So I hire another guy. This is like the universe saying, like, stop using this platform. Oh my God, woman, right? Like, you're thinking this can't be happening. Now 2 times, like 2 crappy experiences. So I end up finding this guy out of Dubai. okay? Because the labor's a lot less expensive than in the US. So keep that in mind. I hire this guy, and I had structured the deal to where it was performance-based, because at least I wasn't going to be screwed out of my money. So I thought. This website, he's doing a complete redesign, okay? And I thought, oh my God, like all the rainbows, unicorns, they promise you everything, blah, blah, blah. We're getting rolling, and then the delays start. And mind you, we're on different time zones, okay? But he's telling me that, oh, don't worry, I'm on the US time zone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fast forward, I'm like, I don't want to piss this guy off because I need this website redone, da, da, da. Long story short. So we do performance-based. So he had met the initial marker, paid him percentage of the project. And then I'm like desperate at this point because I need this website and it's just crap. Okay. And we get on these Zoom calls and he's kind of flirty and weird vibes. And I thought, oh Jesus, like, please. So I couldn't get rid of this guy fast enough. I was just like, I need this website. So he does a website and it's good enough. I mean, I wasn't paying him $10,000 or something crazy, but it wasn't amazing. We launched the website and there's so many technical issues with the website. Come to find out, he doesn't create the website to be a dynamic. It's this term dynamic. If you're in tech, you know what I'm talking about, where you can slot changes in, it's easy and it's functional, and Shopify loves it. He had built this on a Figma platform, integrated it into Shopify. So this is a shit show now. Okay. So now I have this website. Yes, it looks better than website number one, but mobile wasn't functioning right. It was a fucking disaster. So basically I say this guy, I'm reporting you to Upwork. You need to give me back a portion of this money. It was a big thing. So he ends up giving me back this money. I am just like in tears. I cannot believe this is happening to me again. And this is the process. I mean, I'm telling my girlfriends and they're like, what, are you crazy? Like, how could this happen to you? And I'm like, I don't even know what to do. So you have your baby and you just are like, want to do everything. You're like, this is your dream. You've been working. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So through a contact, I ended up meeting an Indian contractor. And you're like, oh my God, Linda, have you not learned your lesson about the foreigners? He's been magic and he's been so wonderful. And through all of the shit that I had to go through, you kind of find these gems in the rough. And that's the process. That's sort of the message today, is saying, this was my story. It was rocky and it still is. Trust me. Like, I'm still in the early phases of this because we just launched our products. Like, I'm building content. I'm still doing this. Hitesh is my guy. And we are, as we speak, because he had started putting Band-Aids on this website because I had spent money. I'm like, I can't redo this website. Now we're at a point where he is rebuilding what you see on tidybeauty.com into a dynamic platform. And he's doing that offsite as we speak, which is going to be launched by the end of the month, in a couple of weeks. So he's working on that. Through him, I have met an incredible SEO girl and she's been working with me. So listen, what I'm trying to say to you is that it is going to get gnarly. And if it's not gnarly and you're not getting beat up through the beginning and you're making a ton of mistakes and you're like, I can't do this, I'm not smart enough to do this, I'm questioning everything, that is normal. Okay. And you are not going to figure everything out. And I am very type A. I'm an educated person. I want hands-on. I want to learn it, but you need to let go. And there's some things that you have to delegate and you have to say, this is not in my wheelhouse and I need to find someone to support me into building this. And I've been fortunate now at the tail end of it to find this tech support and this small little team I have. I am still looking, I'm scared. Actually, my next step right now is I need to hire a marketing person to manage the marketing side of this because I am churning out content every day. I don't really know what I'm doing. Chat GPT and Gemini become your best friends, that you think you're like loco cuckoo, you're feeding off of, you're bouncing ideas off of people all the time. But at the end of the day, you do need someone to kind of oversee it. And that is the next phase for me. And I know it's early stages, but I'm scared. I'm hesitant. And I know I need to pull the trigger, and it's about finding that right fit. And let me tell you, you are going to hear the overpromising. You are going to encounter people who underdeliver and disappoint and hurt you. And this is part of being a business owner. And so you have to pivot. If there's a word that I can use to get across to you in terms of what it's going to take to get through this, it's pivot. And when you get in that deep, dark place where you just want to throw your hands up in the air and you want to quit, and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I've been burned too many times. I'm so frustrated. I don't know what all of it, the noise is there, and it's okay. It's normal. You need to pivot. It is the only way to get yourself out of that hole that you feel like you're in, to move forward. And every single day is just putting one foot in front of the other, because you're living life. Outside of building this dream, if you don't have the luxury of a cushion where you can just build the dream all day long, which I don't have, and you have other responsibilities, or you're working a 9 to 5 and you've got all this other stuff, just do a little bit every single day. You owe that to yourself. You owe it to your dream. No matter where this ends up, just chase it a little bit every single day. Some days you're going to have bandwidth to do a lot more, and you're going to be really productive. And some days you're going to be like, oh my God, I completely failed today. I did nothing, or whatever. Just a little bit. That's it. If it's putting up one piece of content, or doing research on something, or an ingredient, and you're deep diving and you're learning and you're studying podcasting, and you're just one little thing, and you got to feel good about it. Get out of the mindset. Do not allow yourself to get stuck in that deep, dark hole. And it takes grit, it takes guts, and you can do it. I'm doing it as we speak. And I just want to let you know, like, the journey is going to be bumpy. And if it's this smooth, that's not reality based. You've got to go through it. The universe is saying to you, like, you've got to learn. And trust me, there's so many more antidotes I want to drop in here, but we're going on 20 minutes now, and I got to hop to an appointment. So that's the ticket for today.